News team coverage now with Ari Height, also live at Palm Beach Central High School after talking with a lawyer about the severity of this case, Ari.
Yeah, I spoke to an attorney. He specializes in child sex abuse cases, specifically involving school districts or school employees. And he tells me while he has seen cases like this one before, he says rarely are they ever, in his words, this egregious. That attorney's name is Pedro Echarte. He says all school districts train all employees when it comes to situations like this. And it's not just a one-time thing. They get retrained repeatedly. He says, unfortunately, though, he has still seen times when an administrator or teacher will not report an accused sexual assault. But for 5 different teachers and administrators to be accused of and charged with not reporting a sexual assault, he says that is almost unheard of.
One of the most tragic things here is you talk about the principal, you're talking about 2 assistant principals, you're talking about a choir teacher, but then you're talking about a behavioral counselor, someone that's there to help the students. And that's what makes this case particularly tragic, is that every single person that the student should have been able to trust and go to and talk to failed her.
And according to the police reports, the victim and her parents initially declined to file charges against the boys they say assaulted her. But according to the attorney, he says that should play no bearing whatsoever in this case. He says the officials still had a legal obligation to report this to authorities. Reporting live in Wellington, Ari Height, WPBF 25 News.
Ari, thank you. Any person who knows or has reasonable cause to suspect child abuse or neglect or any other crime must make a report.
Under Florida law, it's mandatory duty to report known or suspected acts of any type of abuse or criminal activity. This is especially true when it comes to teachers, school officials, and of course, principals. The complaint must be forwarded to law enforcement or the Department of Children and Families for proper investigation. Failure to report suspected child abuse is a 3rd-degree felony, which could land somebody in prison for up to 5 years.
Well, this isn't the first time the principal of Palm Beach Central High School has been in trouble.
Our investigative reporter, Terry Parker's here with the new developments she's uncovered. Terry?
Right, Todd. He has been disciplined twice before. In 2019, the school district's inspector general performed an audit finding Darren Edgecombe and an assistant principal changing grades for 11 students. The audit said the assistant principal changed the grades without district approval and without telling the teachers. Edgecombe was accused of signing off on the grade changes without consulting a supervisor and also without telling the teachers. He was reportedly put on probation for 3 years starting last October. Then, back in 2010, when Edgecombe was principal of Turning Points Academy, he was accused of punishing an assistant principal who went on maternity leave. Edgecombe demoted her and cut her pay. 5 years later, the Justice Department sued the school district over that demotion. The district reaching a $350,000 settlement with the government in that case. Now the principal is under arrest, facing a 3rd-degree felony for not reporting a sexual assault against a student.